This podcast is an invitation to feel and experience the souls of famous old Hollywood homes and to have an in-depth journey to the areas where they're located through interviews with longtime residents. Either you're a fan of old Hollywood in Los Angeles, planning to have a vacation, or, an even bigger step, considering a certain area for your future home. This is your opportunity to receive valuable information and insightful advice you won't find anywhere else.
Hello, and welcome to my podcast. Are you in the mood for California? Today, we'll feel and experience Calabasas, featuring an interview with wonderful Kateryna Mykytiuk.
Calabasas is an absolutely magical place for me. In an unexpected way, it became the very first place I experienced in the United States. And it turned out like my friends, when I arrived here, they just brought me to their home. And it was in Calabasas. So my first night and my first morning in America was in Calabasas. And when I woke up and I stepped outside, the incredible air, the scent of the grass, the sounds, and the overwhelming resort-like feeling, it struck me deeply. So it was exactly the kind of America I imagined. And since then, I haven't found another place I'd rather live. Every day when I drive home and I take turn to my Las Virgenes road, it feels like all the stress just fades away. And I'm filled with a sense of calm, knowing like that here I'm at home.
Masha Korpacheva is a California-based realtor and a member of the National Association of Realtors in Los Angeles. She's an advocate for selling and buying homes with soul and practicing mindfulness in real estate. With master's degrees in spiritual psychology and linguistics, Masha brings all of her skills to work with her clients. An intuit and empath, she has touched many lives with her outstanding ability to see beyond the visible and helping to come to better understanding of issues and their resolutions. An adventurous world traveler, from climbing Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania to exploring the Galapagos Islands, Masha has a particular passion for the City of Angels. Having landed in this paradise and adopted it as her home, she's been sharing old Hollywood stories since 2007. In the mood for California, feel the soul of old Hollywood.
And now, are you ready to experience Calabasas? Calabasas has an ancient heartbeat, one that's been pulsing through its hills and canyons long before the city lights appeared on the horizon. Close your eyes, and you can almost hear the Chumash people, the first inhabitants, moving quietly through this land they called home. They set up camp in these canyons near streams that never ran dry, and under oaks so massive they cast shadows that seemed to stretch across centuries. Even now, some of those oaks still stand, holding secrets in their branches that are 500 to 700 years old. These trees once fed the Chumash, acorns ground into a kind of flour that sustained their peaceful, resourceful lives. And the name Calabasas itself, whispered on the wind, might mean where the wild geese fly, a fitting tribute to a land teeming with life. When the Spanish explorers arrived in the 1700s, things changed forever. The Portola expedition of 1769 brought with it curiosity and disruption. In diaries like that of Miguel Costanzo, we get a glimpse of these early encounters with the Chumash. A few years later, another Spanish expedition led by Juan Bautista de Anza camped here, sparking a fusion of cultures and the reworking of the land's destiny. By the 1830s, El Scorpion Ranch was born, a vast swath of land granted to 3 Chumash people, among them a woman named Espiritu. But when she married a powerful Basque rancher, Miguel Leonis, the landscape changed again. Leonis became known as the king of Calabasas, a man who bent the law as he pleased. He hired gunmen, bribed officials, and was quick to drive away settlers encroaching on his land. The local courts and his neighbors both feared and respected him. His end came suddenly in 1889 when he fell from his wagon, an ironic twist as he was on his way back from evicting squatters. Those days in Calabasas were anything but calm. Blood spilled often in the squatter wars, and lawlessness was as much a part of daily life as the golden California sunsets. As the great ranches began to splinter off in the late 1800s, families arrived, hopeful but often desperate. They fought droughts, poverty, and a land that wasn't always kind. Catherine Mulholland's Calabasas Girls gives voice to the settlers' struggles, and through her family's photographs and letters, we see lives of grit and resilience. Many of these early pioneers left when water and electricity finally reached Owen's mouth, lured by the promise of an easier life. With the arrival of the 20th century, Calabasas began to transform from rugged outpost to a quiet retreat for those looking to escape the city. Crater Camp in Monte opened in 1914, offering picnics beneath shady trees. The Stunt family settled in on the slopes of Saddle Peak, their land soon becoming a favorite Hollywood backdrop. Films like Tarzan and The Adventures of Robin Hood captured the wild beauty of the area, forever preserving it in Hollywood's golden age. In the heart of Calabasas sits the iconic Leonis Adobe, Los Angeles's very first historical landmark. Built and expanded in the 1870s, it once stood as a symbol of Miguel Leonis' empire. When the adobe faced demolition in the 1960s, Kathleen Beachy saved it from becoming a supermarket and restored it as a window into the past. Nearby, the Plummer House, a historic home from West Hollywood, was relocated to stand beside the adobe in 1983, adding layers to Old Town Calabasas' rich character. As you stroll down Calabasas Road, it's like stepping back in time. There's the Sagebrush Cantina, where Lester Aguirre built a series of stores in the 1920s, and where the town jail and even a hanging tree once stood. Next, the Dake Brothers Garage, originally built in 1921, is a popular filming location today, while the blacksmith shop once belonged to Espiritu's own son, Juan Menendez. The 20th century saw more change, and the Las Virgenes Municipal Water District finally brought much-needed water to the area in 1958, sparking a development boom. Artists, writers, and craftsmen flocked to Calabasas' first subdivision, Park Moderne, in 1928, adding an artistic soul to the town. The original Calabasas schoolhouse, built in 1880, was replaced with a new structure in 1924, and it wasn't until 1948 that Calabasas joined with other nearby schools to form the Las Virgenes Unified School District. Today, Calabasas might look like any other charming town, but it's so much more than that. Walk down these roads, and each corner holds echoes of adventure, rebellion, and reinvention. In the canyons and under the mighty oaks, Calabasas history waits for anyone willing to pause, listen, and let the stories wash over them. And here we are. Welcome to Calabasas. I'm so happy to have Kate Mykytiuk here with me. Meet Kateryna Mykytiuk, a creative force who started her journey at 12 with her first published article. By 15, she released a poetry collection, and by 16 was working in television, becoming the youngest journalist to interview Ukraine's Minister of Youth and Sports. Her career highlights include managing PR for Eurovision winner Jamala, creating projects for Edinstvennaya magazine's charity foundation, and co-producing the award-winning show Vse Bude Dobre, which ran for 12 seasons. At 19, Kate earned international press credentials, interviewing top talent for high-profile TV projects. She later became an editor for The Cube alongside Maksim Chmerkovskiy and led STB's Internet Projects Department, transforming it into a top digital destination for female audiences in Ukraine. Beyond traditional media, Kate developed a content production methodology, delivered masterclasses, and mentored young leaders through AIESEC. Recognized among Ukraine's top 11 successful women, she holds prestigious awards, including first place at Intel ICEF. 6 years ago, Kate moved to the US and became a sought-after content creator, collaborating with brands like Kim Kardashian, Zendaya, Netflix, Clinique, and Warner Brothers. She also launched a successful flower delivery business serving Malibu and Beverly Hills. Through her educational platform, Almighty Content, she teaches media professionals how to harness technology in content production. Kate's journey is a testament to fearless creativity and entrepreneurial spirit, blending artistry, strategy, and passion in everything she does, and leaving a legacy of connections, growth, and beauty. And right now, Kate will share with us her journey and what it feels like to live in Calabasas. Hello, Kate.
Hi, Masha. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Thanks. I'm doing great. My week is finishing.
That's wonderful. And oh my God, I'm so excited about our conversation today. I've known you for so long, and it's the first time that we'll actually get to talk about your life in Los Angeles and all the amazing things that you have accomplished.
Yeah, I'm amazed as well.
So, Kate, my first question to you is that you live in Calabasas and it has such a unique vibe compared to the rest of LA. How would you describe what it feels like to live there? Does the energy of Calabasas inspire your creative work at all?
Calabasas is an absolutely magical place for me. In an unexpected way, it became the very first place I experienced in the United States. And it turned out like my friends, when I arrived here, they just brought me to their home. And it was in Calabasas. So my first night and my first morning in America was in Calabasas. And when I woke up and I stepped outside, the incredible air, the scent of the grass, the sounds, and the overwhelming resort-like feeling, it struck me deeply. So it was exactly the kind of America I imagined. And since then, I haven't found another place I'd rather live. Every day when I drive home and I take turn to my Las Virgenes road, it feels like all the stress just fades away and I'm filled with a sense of calm, knowing like that here I'm at home. And the fact that I can go for long walks, like hikes to waterfalls, visit creeks where crawfish live, or embark on hikes that can last for like 3 or more hours. It's incredible. I'm in love that my house is like at the very end of the road. So just I can step outside and immediately be in nature. And additionally, I can say that people and the way social life feels in Calabasas are exactly how I envisioned my adult life. So it's kind of community that perfectly aligns with my lifestyle and whatever I imagined for myself.
Wow, that sounds like paradise.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, maybe you can share some of your favorite places in Calabasas, places that you go to unwind or to get inspired.
Calabasas is like relatively young city. It was established in 1991. And because of this, it still has a sense of wildness where nature feels much less touched by human hands compared to other towns in LA. So it makes this place so unique that you still feel like kind of far away from any big city. And that's what I love the most of in the Calabasas. You are in the city, but not really in the city at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my favorite places to unwind, I can say that I love walking in Malibu Creek Park, and I really love like hiking over there, like exploring canyons, searching for some spots where I can sit up high and the breathtaking beauty of the mountains. And like driving through Malibu Canyon is my favorite things to do. I usually do it like twice or three times even a week because I really love it. And some people rave about highway first, but I think Malibu Canyon has it all. And about some hidden gems, maybe in Calabasas, one of them found me unexpectedly. I've been on a hike and I took a picture of cyclist. He was riding up the mountain. I posted it on Instagram and I just tagged Calabasas. And next day I just woke up. I see that local restaurant called Pedalers Fork liked it and shared it on their page. And I was like, oh, I never seen this restaurant. And I just was curious. I went there and I saw that they have a restaurant, a coffee shop, and a yoga studio.
Wow.
And the food there is amazing. Like you should try the pizza and like pasta, some things they have it really tasty. And the atmosphere is very cozy.
Wow.
Their coffee shop opens at 6 a.m. Could you imagine? So
My
so
God.
many people come there. And it's kind of really gem because not many people know about this place in Calabasas. It's very unique.
Wow. What is it called again?
Pedalers Fork.
Pedalers Fork. Okay. Wow. Very cool. Beautiful.
Yeah, and that was not me who found it. They found me, and I
Yes.
love them now.
Any other restaurants or cafes or stores that you love?
I'm a huge fan of Commons in Calabasas because we have it all over there. Like my favorite restaurant, King's Fish, is located over there, and this is my go-to spot. Like weekly. My favorite sushi place, Sugarfish, is also located over there. And my favorite cinema theater is there. And they even have a special, $8 Tuesdays. So any ticket for any movie, the whole day is $8. And all the seats are recliners over there. So you can use this tip
Wow.
to come to a nice theater in Calabasas, like whenever you want to visit that.
No wonder I can never reach you on Tuesdays.
That's definitely it, because I'm a huge fan of cinemas and they were closed for a while. And I believe they sold the cinema theater to another, like it was Regal Cinemas and now it's Regency. So they just switched the owner, but for some time they were closed and nobody knew if they will open the cinema theater again or not. And I was walking by and always telling the security that I need the cinema theater open again. And when they opened, I think I was the first one who came and visited them.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm such a fan of this place.
Oh, that's
You
beautiful.
could say.
Yes, I can say. And then, so looks like you never need to leave Calabasas because you have everything right there for you.
Yeah, definitely. But unfortunately, I need to drive a lot along the city. I love some other places though, but Calabasas is always in my heart and I always want to go home.
Yes, yes. Well, let's talk about your career because you wear so many hats. And as a supervising producer, videographer, photographer, AI content creator, and on top of it, founder of The Flowers, how do you even manage to balance all these roles? And what drives you to explore so many creative avenues?
Actually, I find it difficult to focus on just one thing because when I do, I feel like I'm not growing. Maybe that's not actually true. But for me, concentrating on only one thing makes my mind like feel underused. So I need to surround myself with interesting challenges. And throughout my life, I've always been involved in journalism, editing, but always been focused on content creation. Because I can be a videographer, journalist, or writer. Like I don't limit myself. And if there is something I don't know how to do, I won't shy away from it. I will just, if I need to learn it, I will learn it. So when, for example, I started the flowers, it was a completely new field for me. But I love it because we bring joy to people. So each of my hats has some benefits for me. So combining all those, it just makes me happy. This is how it works.
That's the best. That's really the best because I strongly believe that everything you do, first of all, needs to bring you happiness, because I think this is where the joy of life is.
Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah. And I can say that balancing all these ventures is challenging, but I thrive in that variety. Like each project feeds a different part of my creativity, and that keeps me motivated. Like time management is crucial, and I've learned to prioritize and kind of surround myself with right people to help me run this smoothly. But overall, it just make me feel myself in the right place, like doing right things.
Right. Well, my next question to you actually is, was there any particular moment or project in your career that made you feel like you were exactly where you were meant to be, creatively speaking?
I can say that one of the key moments in my career was when I was given the responsibility of leading the digital department of a major TV network in Ukraine. At that time, they were producing over 35 its own projects. And when I took it over, the department was operating at a loss and no one understood why. So I was already an established editor-in-chief, and I had developed a TV format at that time, and we successfully sold it to several countries. And I was feeling a bit burned, like burned out from the daily broadcast. And I just wanted a break, but instead they just gave me this digital department. And I just started thinking like why they are struggling so much and how to make it like nicer. So I understood the expenses are not huge and we had so much content that we can make money on. And I just didn't know why it wasn't happening. So I just started doing my thing. I came up with the idea to start cutting our videos into smaller segments, like kind of bite-sized pieces that people would actually want to watch. The more segments, the more ads we could run and the more money we can make.
Yes.
So I developed some strategy for like major projects like The Bachelor, Ukraine's Got Talent, So You Think You Can Dance, like some of the most popular ones. And we just created additional behind the scenes and we monetized it. I believe in the first 3 months, we got $60,000. And for Ukraine, that was a huge thing.
Yes.
And 6 months later, the department was making significant revenue. And that was exactly the time and the project when I realized that I truly understand content creation in the way that like allows me to solve complex issues and problems. And that was a truly kind of moment of creative fulfillment and confidence.
Wow, what an achievement from like being burned out to flourishing. It's incredible.
Definitely. That's how creative person might look all lifelong.
Yes, 100%. Well, you are also an AI content creator, and the world of AI content is ever evolving. So how do you see your role in this space growing, and what excites you most about the future of AI in storytelling and media?
I think that AI completely transformed the way we create content. And I see this, like my role in this space growing as I continue to explore its endless possibilities. AI is not only speeds up like the process, but it also opens up creative avenue that were previously unimaginable, whether it's generating new ideas, automating like repetitive tasks, or offering tools for more in-depth analysis. AI is revolutionizing how we approach storytelling and media. So what excites me the most that we are only at the beginning of what AI can do. Right now, it's a tool for efficiency, innovation, but can reshape each industry we have. And for the content, like part of my mission, I think, is to share how simple content creation has become thanks to AI. And that's why I've started creating the educational course. I called it Almighty Content because it's how I feel about it with AI. You can do whatever.
Very nice.
Yeah, and this course is designed to help everyone and anyone, regardless of their experience, to work with video, photo, music, using AI tools. Like I even have a model for experts where they can create their own avatar to communicate on platforms like Instagram. It's all about helping people embrace these new possibilities and making the creative process more accessible to everyone.
Wow.
Like, I feel that if someone would not start now, they will just understand in a few years that they missed a lot, because you need to go like step by step in that. You cannot just dive in when the AI is perfectly working. You need to start now. And understanding the possibilities, many people don't understand, like AI can do literally everything for you. It can help like doing your reels daily, publishing reels daily, writing articles, analyzing content, and even do some things for your home if you need it. Like it can even give you an advice on some, maybe your labs or anything. And that's so cool. Like, some people are afraid that AI will take their job or anything, but no, AI cannot work without people, and it cannot do your job without you. You need to lead it. You need to like give more information so AI can do your job.
Wow.
And that's exciting.
Yes, and how incredible that you even created this course. And I love the name, Almighty Content. It's like, I feel like all of my listeners need to sign up for it.
Yeah, I hope so, because they need to start.
Yes.
They need to start understanding the AI possibilities.
Well, we'll have to leave some information for them in the description of the episode so that everybody could have access to this. And now my question is about your other amazing venture that I absolutely love, and it's The Flowers, which represents, I think, something personal and very unique to you. Maybe you could share the inspiration behind founding The Flowers and what it actually represents for you as a creator.
I can say that the idea to start The Flowers came to me on a beautiful day. I woke up and I realized it was a time, like the exact time to start a flower business. I've loved the flowers my entire life. Like, even being a child, I gathered bouquets. Sometimes when I was like 16, 70 years old, I was driving around the city looking for specific flowers to create the arrangement for my home. And that was always near, but I never thought about it like making a business with that. When the COVID hit, the music label where I was working as a head of content, they shut down, and I just decided to do something for my soul. So I just reached out to a well-known flower shop in LA, and I started creating content for them. So I've been thinking up interesting ways to showcase the beauty of flowers, and it made me realize how much I loved working with flowers, actually. So I started learning the craft and making by myself, like outside of my work. I was practicing in my free time, and being around the best florists in the country, I gained so much knowledge. So it was living inside me for, let's say, a year or two. And it was a day. And I was surprised. I didn't expect myself to woke up to like a flower business.
Right.
So I knew I didn't want to create like a huge brand. I wanted something small, local, client focused, like kind of hidden gem, another hidden gem in Calabasas. So I just understand that working with flowers allows me to relax and enjoy like every second in my little space of happiness. And the name, you would never believe, it came to me after I just started searching online the phrases that I was thinking are good about the flowers. And I was thinking like the capital F is the main thing in the logo. And then I just understood that when people are talking and like discussing something, they just say like, have you brought the flowers? Or the flowers look beautiful.
Yes.
And it's such a common phrase in everyday life.
Totally.
When your business is called The Flowers, it just instantly understood, although it's a common term, but it feels special. And despite the challenges of marketing such a name, because it's common, the fact that we've delivered flowers to some of the like biggest names in Malibu and Calabasas, like Kardashians, Barbara Streisand, Eddie Murphy, some Victoria's Secret models, it makes it all more rewarding that with such a common name, we achieved everything, not even doing an ad.
Yes, yes. And I absolutely love the name of your brand. And also, I must add that you create the most beautiful bouquets I've ever
Thank
seen.
you.
They're
Thank you
just
so
so
much.
special. And yes, I've been the happy receiver of several of your bouquets on different occasions. And they're just absolutely wonderful. And they actually stay for at least 2 weeks, if not longer.
Yeah, we're doing our best because I think bringing joy, whenever the reason of the delivery is, people are always smiling when we deliver flowers. And I understand like doing the designs that inspire people, those designs that make people kind of interested in what's like standing behind the arrangement, who created it and why, not just pretty flowers, but something interesting that catches your eye or gives you some maybe a different idea of it. I love it. I love that people are thinking about our product, not like about regular flowers from the grocery shop, because they feel that something stands behind it.
Yes, very, very true. Well, with all that you have accomplished and the many roles that you continue to play, what inspires you actually to keep pushing forward? Is there maybe some creative legacy that you hope to leave behind?
As a creative person, it's hard to constantly remember all the things you've accomplished. Like I woke up every day not thinking about how great or how successful I am. I just know that a new day has begun and it requires new achievements from me. So every day just presents a new challenge. And one of the things that I love about myself is that I always wake up in a good mood. So I just realized that the day ahead is another opportunity to create, to think of something new, to make things happen. Creativity isn't something that you can do halfway or give a modest effort to. It's an all encompassing force that seeps like into every aspect of life. Even when you're cooking, you bring that energy into everything. Your brain doesn't just follow the rules. Every situation, no matter how ordinary, calls forth that creative spark. And I love it. That's funny. If I need to change my tire, I'm not doing it like a regular person. I'm doing it very different way. And that's interesting. That's interesting to live and understand all that.
Yes.
And when it comes to my legacy, I want to teach people. Like I want to teach them how to embrace their own creativity without fear. I believe everyone can create, and some people just need more practice or the courage to take that first step. I hope to leave behind a community of individuals who are not afraid to think outside of the box, who can create more content and tackle big projects with confidence. And of course, I dream of distilling all of my experience into a grand, exciting project, and it's something that's still taking shape inside of me.
Yes, yes, that sounds absolutely wonderful. And you also being an immigrant in this city with so many perspectives, almost like endless perspectives, you really were able to build your path in Los Angeles. So, what would you advise maybe to young creators or people looking to find their own place in this world, or rather in this city? What should they do in order to follow their passions and navigate their own creative paths? So, how did you navigate your own path in this city?
I can say with certainty that if I didn't have passion, I probably wouldn't have achieved anything. Like it was my deep desire to move forward in journalism, content creation, editing, and it always led me to the right people and projects where I could gain new experiences. Like for any creator, the most important thing is not to be afraid of being misunderstood. So you have to explore different directions, figure out where you truly fit. And once you find that, you need to nurture that spark and keep moving forward. And for LA, it works as well because it's super hard to find yourself in this big city, and especially being a creative because so many people here are creatives. Almost each person in the coffee shop is an actor or anything.
Yes.
So you need to keep your passion on your way all the time, and it should not be following you. It should go in front of you. That doesn't mean like you can't veer of the past here and there. Of course you can and you should, but it's important to recognize when laziness or self-doubt starts to creep in, and it often does with creatives. So you have to catch yourself in those moments and just correct your course. And what I think, like to achieve anything, you need to feel that passion and hold on to it, no matter what is happening around you. That's the secret to grow and move forward on your path with purpose and knowing where you headed. You always need to remember what is your next stop, because if you would not know that, that might lead you to a wrong direction.
Yes, to always know your next stop. This is incredible. Wow.
Yeah, I love thinking about it this way because for creative person, you might feel like bad if you are not having the project that like spark you. But if you are still on your path, it's fine to be like on the lower level for some time, taking your like power together and gathering like some more energy inside for something bigger.
Yes, very true. Well, you just shared very wise advice, and this is so, so true.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, also, Kate, I must say that the kind of person you are, and very passionate and very creative, the way I've known you for several years, you embrace LA in a way that nobody else does. And I have this curiosity about, your next answer. So my question is about the city of LA. So if you were to take someone on a journey through your Los Angeles, where would you take them and what stories would you want them to experience?
That's a huge question because I've been, I think, in every corner of this city. And of course, it depends on how much time do I have. If I have a week, that would be different. But let's imagine I have a day.
Yes, let's imagine that.
I would start by the ocean, definitely, because I think it's better to go to, if the person is the first time here, I would take them to Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach, maybe to Santa Monica or Venice, because those places showcase the resort-like vibe of the city and show it creativity, vibrant beach culture. Next, I would take them to Silver Lake. It's a very artsy neighborhood with great cafes, staircases, and unique homes. And it has eclectic charm, and the views of downtown from there are spectacular. Plus, Silver Lake has some Victorian homes where they've filmed music videos, TV shows, movies, something any visitor would find fascinating. After Silver Lake, I would head to probably Beverly Hills because I believe every visitor should experience Rodeo Drive and see the hotel from Pretty Woman. And walking through those smaller streets, and you can feel the calm luxury of the area.
Yes.
And Beverly Hills feels both like big and small at the same time, with everything beautifully designed. And then I think we kind of stop for a quick bite at my favorite poke bar. It's called Sea Salt Poke. It's located between Beverly Hills and Culver City. It's my favorite poke spot ever. And I always love taking people there to experience it. Then, of course, I would like to take them to Calabasas because it's more peaceful, green area and it offers like the break from the city. It's still connected to LA, but it has some LA energy, but we can just walk around Calabasas Lake and enjoy the quiet nature, showing off some beautiful hidden communities. And to wrap up the day, we'd have dinner at Castaway in Burbank. That's one of my favorite places. And I think it's the perfect way to end the day exploring LA with this great cuisine and unforgettable view.
For sure. And I'll have to join you there.
Of course. I would definitely call you.
Kate, well, I must say once again that, first of all, I'm so proud of you. For everything that you do with your life. It is absolutely inspiring how productive you are. Your work ethic is absolutely incredible. And, this passion that you talked about, that it's important to have passion going in front of you. It is very tangible with you as a person because, your creativity is just simply beaming, when I'm around you, and it's very contagious. And I want to wish you to continue doing everything that you're doing exactly the way you have been doing it for many, many years, and continue not to be afraid to be misunderstood. And you're just a remarkable person, and I'm very grateful to have you as my friend.
Thank you, my dear Masha. I'm always happy to share everything with you. And I love being in your energy, love involved in your projects. And I just love you. And that's it. Like, I'm always the happiest person to see you. And I'm so excited that you love the flowers I'm doing because it was not something we met and I was already doing.
Yes.
You are my best supporter. And I want to tell you how grateful I am for that. That's very important for me.
I'm grateful for you. And I hope my listeners will be inspired by your story and they will learn something interesting about Calabasas and all of the places that you mentioned. And I hope that they will put their passion in front of them so it could guide them.
Thank you. I was so happy to share. Yeah, hopefully. That's an important thing, actually. If you will think about it in a larger perspective, it's a very important thought that you should keep with you when you're walking through your life.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Well, thank you so much once again for finding the time in your busy schedule, and I hope to see you again soon.
Of course. Thank you. Have a great evening.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you very much for tuning in to feel and experience Calabasas with my special guest, Kate Mykytiuk. If you enjoy my podcast, In the Mood for California, please sign up for future episodes at your preferred platform and please leave your feedback. I really appreciate your time and support. You can follow me on Instagram at In the Mood for California and check out my website www.inthemoodforcalifornia.com. Selling and buying homes with soul is not just my real estate strategy. It's an intuitive and holistic approach that embraces your values, aspirations, and conscious intentions. If you want to discover the power of mindfulness in your real estate journey with my compassionate guidance, I'm here for you. Next time, we'll travel between Pasadena and Los Feliz, exploring their unique charms and discovering what makes each area distinct. So looking forward to this experience with you.
In the Mood for California. Feel the soul of Old Hollywood.